in the red carpet, so to speak, for things like the Pantheon, and when you do get that point-to-click CC with the Nautilus, so we'll have to see. But there it is, the Rel on the opposite side. Nothing too crazy, but all in all,
like 5 different teams, so probably why we're not seeing it on stage is Ice does get the cleanse, but it doesn't stop successive CC from coming in. Bukata on the way down, decent damage to the crushing blow, and there it is! The Fast Bomb to finish it, Paddock laying down some heart on the bottom side.
Like giving pretty good vision, steady vision. Side of shifters there as Heretics ready to try and make a play of their own. Send with a Hex Flash forward. Hook going to connect onto Trimby. Crashdown not quite ready. Beautiful sequencing of CC there from Team Heretics. Quick kill pickup, and now
we'll do a good out Trace. We'll probably know after this, but I've seen like some people playing around with like Riftmaker and the Andres and some other builds, but
I can test.
Bukata locked up, Pantheon on the way down, trying to lead him down. The Drake has dropped, Bukata's running to safety. Saren coming in from behind to try and finish the kill. Sheo finally gonna get knocked down, stand on the retreat. Trimby remounting, ready to go. Then flash out, Trimby going to follow. One more auto, and Paddock might be able to finish it, but they cannot get it done. Shifters with a nice punish, they lose the objective. But moving in for a little bit more. And again, Team Heretics.
They can just reposition in the fight as they needed to.
It's fine, man. Just fight all the time.
I think the professional term is a whoopsie.
Trimby making a whoopsie of his own. Crash down, pushed back by Saren. Not today. Trimby a little bit too deep on the vision there. Caught asleep at the wheel, thought he had some safety.
It's the second time he's been a little bit too far forward when it comes towards the trying to contest the vision, and doesn't really have Bukata around to help him out. And, I mean, fair dues to both Cheo and Sten, who have been good at catching him in those positions, but Trimby definitely needs to be a little bit more careful as he goes for those little ward pockets.
Yep, that he does. Paddock waiting in the darkness, has a Triforce, will hit like a truck, but just wants to wait for someone to show up so he can get in there. Q, auto. Oh, it's so much damage to the Corki. Valk forward, one more Gene proc, and that's all it takes. He will lose his life, but casually walking up and essentially 3-shotting the small.
So at any moment, he can just try and match you on the bot lane. I think that's what they're so scared about. But at least now, Shifters is a little bit more proactive.
Realm warp down, they just wanted to lead Ice. Ulti to try and clear the way, but down he's going to go nonetheless. That is a massive commitment from Shifters.
Your stack thresholds, you're going to do damage. And you don't even really auto-attack that much with the build the Smolder does. You're pretty much just pushing Q on cooldown. It's very low-effort AD carry for the not-so-APM inclined, as Ice sitting comfortably on the back line for now. All of the combos kicking off, though, and Ice's front line is just completely demolished.
That was a bounce house from hell right there. Shifters playing that incredibly well, but Rooster just corralling everyone exactly where they needed to be. And second dragon now for Shifters. This is working out relatively well for them now. They've kind of got a pep in their step.
Definitely do. And this is one of the concerns we had when we saw the Smolder and the Azir locked in, is like, look, Azir obviously has some decent early levels. Smolder can usually do fine, but Sheo did what he needed to do, which is be that early game bridge. Unfortunately, he just didn't bridge the team far enough. So now we're waiting. Get those second items. Things maybe start to get a bit easier, but if you walk into range of that Corki or that Rise, it's going to be rough.
Yes. And as you say, especially if you can get the Hex XO, like the chase out potential when you're like a relatively short range team is great.
Mount up, where are we going?
Going top. That's
farming. It would be a game if Rise is an OP at least once every like 2 years.
That is true. Yeah. But it's not Worlds, so.
Also, I'm just saying, a lot of the Faker champs are just permanently OP. It's an observation. Push back. Trimby not going to be able to find the engage. The hook goes in. Oh, Trimby definitely did not want that. Sheo coming down from the sky. Quick pick in the side.
Sure, I think you've got Saren who can deal damage, but Ice just tickles that thing.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Shifters. Rise. The Rise Corki is what I'm looking at. Although the Azir eventually will do damage. But yeah, Ice, no. No. I can't follow that up. I have jokes, but I don't think my inbox is, yeah. Anyway, here we are. Nuke clears out the top side. They're finally forced to concede the tower. Now this might look like the Nautilus and the Rumble coming together. There is an angle, but flash forward going in from Rooster. Not quite going to hit the Q3, but gets double flashes out from the side of Team Heretics. Now Trimby looking for a bit of follow-up. Saren still fine, as is Ice, completely untouched. Trimby about to fall, but shielding is there from the footwork. Rooster body blocking, and Bukata ready for the re-engage, but a quick push back from Saren. Team Heretics holding the line beautifully, denying engage after engage, but have to be careful not to step too far forward. Instant hook onto Nuke. He goes golden. Buys a second with the stopwatch. Sheo ready to go right back in. Trimby burning. Extra shield from the crash out, keeping him standing. They're all so low. But Team Heretics are all still standing. They're going to set their sights on the Dragon.
The thing is, though, Shifters can actually reset it with Rise's Realm Warp and the Hextech Journey actually make it back in time. You see the TP already coming through. Actually, no, it looks like Heretics just going to be able to finish off this Dragon. And Shifters couldn't find the engage they wanted. And every engage tool was met with an answer.
Going in, though. 5 stack in the bush, but Trace lays down a decent equalizer, sadly. Cannot keep Shifters around as it's an instantaneous pick onto Sheo. Nice stack, nice bait there from Shifters. Not going to fall for the same thing twice as Rooster still goes all out. Probably needs to back away now, though. It's quite squishy, and Team Heretics just going to focus on taking control of the mid lane, breaking that tier 1. I don't think they're really convinced of Baron as a threat.
Now you can't. Oh, are they actually going to attempt this? Because I was going to say I don't really think you are. 20 seconds with Sheo. If Heretics can slow this pace down, Sheo can rejoin.
It's there, but they kind of just used Sten's ult for nothing as Team Heretics weren't really in a position to follow. Sten health bar incredibly low. Emperor's Divide is available, as is Ice's ultimate.
There's a lot of splash damage from Heretics, though.
But there's no Sheo just isn't here. This should just be a guaranteed objective. There's no way they can take this. Bukata could on the smite. Trimby now looking for a bit of a re-engage. Saren trying to make the play. Ice finding the initial shutdown, but it does not look like this is going to work out for the side of Team Heretics. Shifters take the objective and get the fight as well.
Nice engage from Trimby on towards the back line. Made it
very low range comparatively. The Baron kind of makes up for a lot of that, just letting those minion waves crash in.
Yeah, and you're going to end up with so much gold coming off the back of this. It feels like this next Hextech Soul fight is going to be very difficult in 2 minutes as well. So I think for Heretics, like we have seen that if they are able to play it out and Shifters make a couple of mistakes in the engages, they have a chance, but it is not so easy as I thought Sten was looking for the play with Bukata on mid, but backs away.
And he does. So, similar to earlier in the game, we're saying the same thing for Team Heretics. Just hold the line, although Sten wants to start a fight. Equalizer going down, isolating Nuke, Rooster, but mostly they just delete a single wave. Now remember, when you're playing against the Baron, you really are just fighting to delay, to stall.
Offensive play from Shifters.
Can be a bit tricky, but third items are there now, as well as an additional Zeal for Ice. Nuke, however, not interested in waiting for a 5v5. Instead, just gonna do 1,000,000 damage by him. Bukata, don't push a button. Let him have, yes, that's what we like to see. 1v1, Bukata just a spectator.
That was insane.
That was
much damage he just did.
That was, I would look down for the actualizer. He doesn't have one.
Also, very impressive that the mid laners have managed to keep pace with Trace and Rooster when it came to levels. Like, usually...
They're continuing to walk up with a lot of confidence here, despite not having a top laner, but probably just because they don't want to give up this soul. Now, Shifters laying a trap in the brush. You got a TP coming in for Rooster, looking to rejoin with the rest of the team. Bukata got the smite earlier. Can he get one more? Sheo instantaneously locked down. Nice knockup to keep the fight going, but Hextech Drake is down, and now Shifters have the soul. Saren still uncontested. Tracing with a solid ulti. Nuke running for his life. Big damage from Potok off to the side, though. Sheo ready to fall from the sky. Nuke continuing to sprint away. Trimby with the instantaneous CC! Sheo! I'm gonna be honest, yesterday traumatized me. I just don't believe it until it's over. The Shifters were part of the most LEC game I have seen all year. Now, I've seen 6, so it's not that crazy, but...
No, it was very LEC.
History repeats itself. Sheo running, using the Aegis Assault. Sten now going back in. Sheo with no equal, that means it's hard for him to step forward. So Sten just dies. That was a big moment of miscommunication.
There we go.
Nice immediate use of the Realm Warp here. Kick off the objective. There's just nothing that can be done here for the side of Team Heretics. They're going to be too late.
Yeah, there's basically no vision. There was that blue ward very briefly. Trace
Equalizer just in case. They're preying on a bad smite. Won't happen.
I was kind of surprised at how much damage Trace
just down. It is pretty easy for him to get that burst of tankiness alongside the Celestial opposition. And Escape is now Shifters looking to end the game. Knocking open one inhibitor. They've got pressure in the mid lane as well. 200 stacks wasn't enough, 300 stacks wasn't enough. Maybe if Ice gets to 400, they can win the game. But for now, Shifters slow, steady, controlled, not looking to force any kind of base race. Another Realm Warp out, Sheo going in, but now a bit of a split in the team. The focus on the Trimby means there's not really any avenue of attack. Shifters just have another wave on the top side. They're going to break another inhibitor. 1 minute until Elder.
And you're getting so much poke off as well with that Hextech Soul.
Then going wide, Trayson trying to clear. Good initial engage. Sheo gets some locked up. Bukata burns! Smolder finally getting an execute. That is jungler dead.
So there's going to be some serious work that has to be done, and it's on his ear to try and do it, which means Saren cannot make it to this fight. So it'll be the Elder Dragon going across, and Shifter surely with this can end the game.
Surely Hextech and Elder is enough.
So your ability to actually get value isn't quite there, and it should be gone. Or at least, well, you want to try and hold it until Baron.
They've synced these waves. Surely this is enough. Trimby instantly into the midst of the entire team. Shifter's just going to delete. They're just going to focus on killing the Nexus. They're going to kill the Nexus, and the game is going to end. They won't make the same mistake twice. That's right, folks. Nobody embarrasses Shifters 2 days in a row.